Professional wrestling is the one true sport. Other sports have their share of intense, dramatic moments, but nothing can compare with professional wrestling. Welcome to Wrestling History X, where three friends come together to talk about the stories behind the matches. I'm Matt.
I'm here to tell you not to drink every time you hear the word sphincter tonight.
Well, I am your friendly neighborhood coffee slinger.
Welcome to episode 335, WWF Monday Night RAW.
Woo!
So this is the 290th episode of Raw, produced by the WWF. It would take place on December 14th, 1998, from the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, with an attendance of 17,508 and a TV rating of 5.2.
Damn.
Nitro the same evening had a 4.2 with a triple threat non-title main event of Goldberg, Bam Bam, and Kevin Nash, which is kind of what I called for the pay-per-view, but with the title on the line. But
yeah.
So they at least were somewhat thinking what I was thinking.
Yeah, your heart was in the right place.
Yeah. But this episode of Raw is not on Netflix, so if you want to follow along, you may have to sell the high seas. Sorry about you.
Yep.
It's not my fault.
I know. I miss the. I'll say it forever. I miss the network.
Yeah. I mean, we still have the network. I just miss Raw being on the network because we didn't have to get little flash drives and whatnot. Well, we did for other stuff.
Fortunately, I think we're going to probably have to go to more flash drive stuff.
Probably.
I know. It's a shame.
But we are in Tacoma.
We are.
So, Shane, did you do what you did?
Well, yes, I did. We're back. Well, I don't know if we're back. We're in Tacoma. I don't know if we've been here before. I can't remember for sure.
I'm sure we have.
But
actually, I don't know if we have.
We're in Washington, and I want to say we've been to Washington before. I don't know. Anywho, yes.
DC, maybe.
We're in Tacoma, and I did what I do in the sense of I got on there and on the old Google and tried to figure out what's Tacoma got that we need here. What do they have that everybody wants?
A fish moment.
Yeah. Been to Tacoma. I never got that while I was there. But I did find a list of popular goodies that have got their start in Tacoma. Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, there's a place called Dick's where you can go and get a bag of Dick's. It's a drive-through where it's a burger place, so you get a bag of burgers and fries and whatnot, eat on the trunk of your car. We've been to, or I shouldn't say I've been to the little Pike Point, whatever it is, little fish market where they're throwing fish around. Had what was known as the world's best salmon cake. They turned it into a sandwich. It was good, but I want to say I've had better. But then it got me thinking also, there was something that I had there that I completely forgot about until I started looking on the list and saw, a certain worldwide coffee shop got their start in Seattle, which is just a short little drive down the road from Tacoma.
And from wherever you're sitting right now in the United States, there's one around the corner.
Yes, there might be a couple around the corner, facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a little place known as Starbucks. Starbucks opened its first store in Seattle's Pike Place Market on March 30th, 1971 as a coffee bean wholesaler. The founders, Jerry Baldwin, Zeb Siegel, and Gordon Bowker, were University of San Francisco friends who wanted to bring their love of dark roasted coffee to Seattle. The name comes from classic literature, apparently. But yeah, they invested...
I think Starbuck is a sailing term.
A sailing term?
Yeah, I think it's maybe like north or whatever.
Are you thinking starboard?
Oh, maybe I am thinking starboard.
Yeah. Let's see. Starbuck, inspired from the character Starbuck in the novel Moby Dick. So, maybe that's where you got the sailing crossover from.
Yeah.
Chosen for its connection to the sea and adventure, reflecting the company's desire to evoke a sense of the seafaring tradition of early coffee traders. The name also has a connection to Old English word Starbuck, meaning from the river where steaks were got. Anywho, Starbucks now means high-priced coffee, an assortment of pastries and sandwiches and snacks and whatnot, baristas with multicolored hairs and piercings, and typically not getting your name right. I don't know if they wrote it on my cup at all. I mean, this one was from DoorDash, so
it looks like they got it right.
Yeah, this one prints up on its own, though.
Shane B.
I've got a picture on Facebook that keeps going back up where they got my name as Dave.
Oh.
And so, yeah, Dave's not here, man. And I kept walking up and asking for my coffee. Is that one mine? It's for Shane. Nope, this one's for Dave. Like, there is no Dave. If I can recite to you exactly what it is, can I have it? No, this one's for Dave. In this case, I went for a drink that I'd never had before, but I've heard people talk about it, and I've seen it in different social media posts and whatnot. This is the pink drink. This is it says it's their strawberry acai refresher with other stuff in it. The strawberry acai refresher is a sweet strawberry, passion fruit, and acai flavors balanced with a delightful zing of lemonade, served over ice with freeze-dried strawberry pieces. It's the ultimate pick-me-up. But when you turn it into the pink drink, it takes that acai refresher and it adds some creamy coconut milk to it. It's fruity and refreshing no matter what time of year.
It's juice.
Pretty much. It's milky juice. I also went ahead and got some of the little treats that they have there because I know our friend Matthew here is not the biggest coffee fan. So what I got was a baked apple croissant. I got a chocolate croissant, a cheese Danish, and then their blueberry streusel muffin. There was supposed to be a chocolate chip cookie in there too, but I guess they were out of chocolate chip cookies, so I got a $4 gift card for next time. But I'd never had one of these pink drinks before. It is refreshing. It's very pink.
So it kind of lives up to its name.
Yeah, it does.
It's exactly what they say it is.
It's coconutty. It is refreshing. I do taste the strawberry in it. I have not picked up one of these pastries yet, but I've never had this little apple croissant thing, so I'll start with that one. But typically I'm a sucker for the cheese Danish. A lot of times I'll go there and just get that. They're also famous for their cake pops. That was the first place I'd ever had a cake pop before. I don't know if they started the trend on cake pops or just rode the wave and made it to where they were readily available all around the world. I didn't used to be a coffee fiend, and then one day something switched inside of me, and I became a coffee fiend. The first time I went to Starbucks was in Vegas, and I got some nasty orange cappuccino concoction thing. That was the grossest coffee I can still...
Orange and coffee does not sound like a thing I would order.
It was like an orange mocha thing, and that's all I could think of was... I've never been a fan of those chocolate orange candy things.
I like those.
And you mix that with coffee, and it just... None of the flavors worked well. It might work well now that my palate has been refined and is more coffee forward. But I'm not going to lie. If I go to Starbucks and I'm getting a coffee, I typically will get their nitro cold brew with sweet cream because
Because it works.
Well, it works. It's fast. They don't have to brew it. And
get in and get out.
Oftentimes... anymore with your coffee at Starbucks, it kind of has a burnt taste to it, which I know people have said forever and ever, but it's finally registering with me now. Maybe it's because I go to all these other different places that don't burn my coffee. But yeah, if you've never been to Starbucks, where are you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been. I'm not a regular Starbucks guy. I've just never been a Starbucks guy. I like
Starbucks is
coffee,
kind of my last resort anymore. You know, I'm very much a Dutch Bros bro. When I lived close enough to a Dunkin' where I could stop there more often, I would go to Dunkin' more frequently just because their coffee was more just like regular drip coffee instead of something concocted into an $8 beverage. But yeah, I still will swing by a Starbucks and grab a treat. This isn't going to make any noise because it's a very soft croissant pastry, but I'll just take a bite of it while I'm talking because that's what I do. Yeah. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm taking a bite of this apple croissant. Okay.
You know what I like from Starbucks? An eggnog latte. But nowadays I just make it at home because I can just buy eggnog from like Brahms in the winter, and then you guys can make eggnog lattes. Yeah, for a month or until the eggnog goes bad.
I don't know if I've ever had one of those.
It's good. I don't really like eggnog by itself, but it in a latte is very nice.
I'll have to try one. I do. Got an Nespresso machine at home. So.
Oh yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And you don't. The good thing about the eggnog latte is you don't have to like add anything to it because eggnog's already so sweet. You just froth it and pour it in. Yep.
Yep. And Starbucks makes little pods for the Nespresso machines too, just like they do with the Keurig. But Nespresso's better, so. It's more expensive, but it's better.
I mean, it's still cheaper considering how much coffee you drink.
Yes. one sleeve of 10 is almost the price of one typical Starbucks drink. So it works. It works in my favor.
Absolutely. Well, something that would happen right around the same time as this episode of Raw. A couple movies would hit theaters the next weekend. Prince of Egypt.
And speaking of Starbucks.
And You've Got Mail.
Hey.
The analog of basically Barnes & Noble is moving in town, and then it's like every Barnes & Noble has a Starbucks in it. It's kismet.
I didn't even think about it. I'm a Scrubs fan. They've got coffee bucks on there.
Obviously, You've Got Mail.
Rules.
Yes.
Top 3 romantic comedies of all time.
Yep. The other two also written by the same lady.
Yeah.
I was going to say written by the same lady, and one of them starring the same 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Only this one, they get to actually act with each other in more than one scene.
Yeah. This is the Meg Ryan trilogy.
Yeah.
Nora Ephron trilogy.
Seen them both.
I've not seen Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt, I'll have to watch it again. I only ever saw it the one time when it first came out. I went to see it in the theaters because everybody was talking about how it was going to be this monumental movie.
That's the one that they took like 30 years to make, right? Animate?
I mean, it took them a few years because, like just the Red Sea.
I think I'm thinking
took like 2 years to.
I think I'm thinking of a different project. There's this famous animated movie that like I don't even know if it ever came out or if when it did it was all torn to pieces. I don't know. I watched a YouTube documentary about it a long time ago, but it was like there's some crazy animated movie that some guy worked on forever.
I mean, this one was powerful enough, and it had the Lord's magic and everything working in its favor that it brought Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey together in song. So
wow.
But yeah, I only ever saw The Prince of Egypt one time, and for me, once was enough. I'm sure other people think it's the greatest movie ever, and it has a connection to them, but I more went for the soundtrack. You Got Mail, definitely. I own it. I've watched it time and time again.
It's great.
Yep.
It's an easy watch. It works every time. Yeah. As a guy who's not a rom-com guy, like Matt said, it's one of the top 3, and the other 2 are written by the same woman.
I literally just watched Prince of. I mean, not literally just, but within the last year, I've watched it, and like the animation and voice work on it is like top notch.
I didn't realize this was the cast of them. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a great cast.
Val Kilmer, Ray Fiennes, Steve Martin, Sandra Bullock, Martin Short, Patrick Stewart, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jeff Goldblum.
And like,
jeez.
I know that they did a lot of work with religious experts to make sure that they had everything like as accurate and faithful
Danny Glover
to the story as possible. So
Uncle Phil.
so like there wouldn't be any like controversies coming out of it. Like they even went as far as instead of having just one person being the voice of God, they literally had every one of the major actors of the movie record the lines
and they blended them together
and then just put them all together so it's like one voice.
Smart. Helen
Which
Mirren.
I always thought was kind of cool.
That's a good idea.
And like you say that you love the songs, and I like other than the main song.
No, that's the only song I know from it.
Okay, because I'm like most of the songs I was just kind of like this is not.
No, there's only
these are not of Disney quality.
These aren't Disney quality songs. Yeah. This is a DreamWorks film.
No, there's only one song that anybody knows from this movie, and it's "When You Believe."
Yeah, When You Believe. Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston coming together, which
this movie even has the voice of Eden Regal, who played Erica Kane's lesbian daughter on All My Children back in the day. Like, wow.
I was thinking of The Thief and the Cobbler, which I think eventually did get finished, but it was like a bastardized version of it. But I got them mixed up. But yeah, I've never saw The Prince of Egypt, which kind of crazy. It feels like one of those movies that I would have had to go to with my grandma and all my cousins. But we didn't catch that one.
You won an Oscar. I'm sure that was for Best Song. Right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I'm sure it was. I assume this was the beginning of like DreamWorks Animation, so they were pulling out all the stops monetarily.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of their first films. I mean, Spielberg like made sure that they like, let's finish on the Ten Commandments. So it's basically, it's the greatest story ever told. But you know, the old, what is it, 60s, 70s movie, the greatest story ever told. It's this big epic film, live action film, but this is basically just the animated version of it. And it's powerful, like in its own right, but it's worth watching even if you're not religious, because it's still a story about overcoming hardships and whatnot. So, and like I said, animation and the voice work are
top notch.
Very, very good.
Songs a little lacking.
Yeah. And then you've got Mel, of course. Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this movie so much.
We've talked about it because we've talked about the other man comedies. But
yeah,
if you haven't seen You've Got Mel, all I gotta say is we're going to the mattresses.
I mean, there's no excuse. Have a nice time. Isn't it nice to watch a nice movie every once in a while?
And if you have watched You've Got Mel, watch it again. But also go and watch Shop Around the Corner, which is the old...
Jimmy Stewart? Is it Jimmy Stewart?
I think so. But that's kind of what the movie's based on, is that movie.
Yeah.
And it's more of an actual Christmas movie, so it's kind of a fun one to watch around the holidays.
Old James Stewart from the 1940s.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's 40s, but I've been watching a lot of 30s and 40s movies lately, so I'm like... Time becomes a circle every once in a while. Let's talk some Monday Night Raw. WWF Attitude Package plays before still photos of the action from the pay-per-view last night. I was like, still photos? We've been getting actual highlights.
Yeah, turns out they figured out that you're going to sell more of that Tuesday replay if you don't actually show the finishes.
Yeah.
And we see Mankind going berserk after not winning the belt. Kane tombstoning his brother to help Austin win the Raw opening package with new music, which you just heard, plays, followed by Pyro and Michael Cole welcoming us to the show, joined by Jerry the King Lawler. DX makes their way out to the ring.
Break it down.
In corporation cosplay.
Oh.
Triple H is The Rock. Road Dogg is Vince. Gunn is Shane. X-Pac is Shamrock. And Chyna is Bossman.
I mean, it's funny stuff.
Along with a pair of midgets as Briscoe and Patterson, who are glued to Mr. McMahon's ass.
Yeah, they're right up on Road Dogg's ass.
And Vince takes the mic to say that he's not an asshole. He's a scholar, not a sphincter. Which Shane, wearing a diaper, just repeats everything his dad says before bending over to show everyone his sphincter.
And he did.
And The Rock tells Shane to pull up his pants because the croc doesn't want to smell what he's cooking. And Shamrock says, asses, put him in the zone. Followed by Big Boss Man twirling his nightstick like he's leading the marching band. And they make a few more ass jokes.
Sphincter.
When HBK, who's...
HBK.
Who's actually Jason Sensation, who we last saw at Breakdown, episode 322. And he comes out carrying a basketball, ordering DX to clean up their act, but drops the ball on the floor with The Rock telling him that he dropped the ball again.
Yeah, no, I was like, why does he have a basketball? And I was like, oh, I get it, for the worst joke we've made so far.
Yeah. But he, I gotta just jump back to Jason Sensation here, because when he had his little impersonations however many shows ago it was, I thought they were all spectacular. But he is very convincing as a Shawn when you're just listening to voice only. I mean, even when you're looking at him.
He's doing the mannerisms pretty well.
Yeah. Chopping his gum, and it's like he had something else stuffed up in his cheeks to make his mouth a little wider or something. But yeah, Jason Sensation. I don't know where you are today if you're still around, but holy fuck, do more impersonations if you can.
He's probably at the Looney Bin next week.
He's touring somewhere with Frank Caliendo.
Shamrock freaks out again with the Croc telling him to switch to decaf before saying that there's only one thing to say. Suck it! The real corporation then comes out with Shawn Michaels calling DX out for doing a parody, a worn out idea, followed by showing them that he has a sense of humor, booking the Outlaws in a rematch versus Bossman and Shamrock for the tag titles, in which the corporation will have the last laugh. And Rocky takes over to say he doesn't like being imitated as he is the great one, and plans on whipping Hunter's ass all over Tacoma, with Shawn mentioning that Triple H only likes to hang out with main eventers. He's mid-card for life. So it will be a non-title matchup. But Hunter refreshes everyone's memory that before he was hurt, he was kicking Rock's ass, even taking his title the last time they were in the ring together.
Where's the lie?
Exactly. There is no lie on that one. And Rocky counters that Chyna interfered, but decides to put the title on the line tonight, followed by going through Hogan, Flair, Savage, and Bret.
Best there is as ever will be.
Only to finally ask if you can smell what he is cooking before leaving to the back. And our commentators then run down what we'll see tonight on the show before going to a commercial for the encore of Rock Bottom, where we get the same exact footage that we saw in the still photos, but now it's video.
See, you had to watch those first few minutes to get that extra something.
Somebody might have got their knuckles wrapped with a ruler for that one. Might have been a mistake.
But when we come back, the corporation are in the dressing room where Vince is going over the plans for the evening. Making plans. Ooh. But we go to our first match. Supply and Demand of Val Venis and Godfather with Hose versus the Brood of Edge and Christian with Gangrel. And Venis takes the mic to say when you spend the night with the big Valboski, you won't be sleepless in Seattle. You'll be moaning in Tacoma.
I mean, if the rhyme, if it was something, I don't know what else it would be, but it's a good setup. You just didn't land the plane.
I mean, if he hadn't said ing, but he literally said moaning. If he had just said moanin' in Tacoma.
You won't be sleepless in Seattle. You'll have a bona in Tacoma.
Perfect. You nailed it. He's just speaking too correctly.
Yep.
Put some stank on it. Listen to the rap music.
Kama then chimes in, asking the crowd if you like what you see, pointing out the hose. Give him a pimpin' ain't easy.
Known as pimpin', not pimping.
And I would have yelled it because the girl in the white was very attractive. So I'm sure she was a stripper, so go on down to
Hose R Us,
the bunny house or whatever. I'm sure you can probably see her today. And Edge takes down Val with a leg lariat as the match starts, only for Venis to respond with a spine buster, bringing in Godfather for a slam and a combo splash leg drop with his partner. And the Pimp continues the attack with a turnbuckle smash and a whoo train before bringing Val back to work the arm. Edge reverses the tag out, allowing Christian to drop Venis with an inverse DDT for a 2 count. And arm wringers are exchanged when Val hits a side Russian leg sweep, tagging out to Godfather to overpower both Brood members with right hands, followed by a hook kick for a near fall on Christian. And the Pimp makes a blind tag when he's sent to the ropes, when Gangrel jumps on the apron, holding the Godfather for Christian to attempt a clothesline, only for Kama to move in time. So does the Brood member, when Venis runs in with a clothesline that sends the vampire warrior to the floor. Val then turns and ducks a Christian clothesline and delivers a fisherman suplex for the pin and the win. Post-match, Gangrel takes the mic to declare there will be a bloodbath.
Yep.
Ooh, spooky scary.
Yeah. Watch your back there, Val and Pimp.
Yeah, I think that it's fun to see Kama have a little bit of energy. Because, you know, he's got a new fresh coat of paint. People are behind him as he has hose behind him every time he walks out.
Yeah.
And you can tell in the ring he's got a little bit more pep in his step than he has in the last probably couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him.
Cole then sends it backstage where we see a tumbler with some like lottery balls inside of it, where Vince will draw Austin's number for the Royal Rumble later in the evening as we go to commercial. And we come back to Kevin Kelly in the locker room with Steve Blackman, asking about Owen Hart and Blue Blazer, with Steve responding that Owen ran from him at the pay-per-view, and now he's hiding under the mask, wondering why he's keeping up the facade, promising to unmask the Blazer tonight to prove that Hart is under there.
I like you called him a filthy little nugget. It's just funny.
So we go to our second match, Blue Blazer versus Goldust. And we see highlights from last week's Raw, where the Blazer came down to interfere in Blackman's match, only to trip himself up, leading to Steve attacking him, only for Owen to then run out, putting Blackman in a dragon sleeper until officials could pull him off. And our match gets going as Blue Blazer takes down the Golden One with a spinning heel kick, snap suplex, hangman's neckbreaker, and a second rope elbow drop for a 2 count. Those moves all look pretty familiar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Blazer attempts to do a springboard something, but he slips, so he hits an enziguri instead, before telegraphing his move, allowing Goldust to hit a drop-down uppercut and a slam for a near fall. The Golden One nails an inverse suplex, setting up the Blue Blazer in the corner, when Jeff Jarrett would run in to attack, causing a disqualification. Post-match, Double J knocks Goldust out of the ring, when Steve Blackman would then run out, chopping away on Jarrett, only for the Golden One to drag him out to the floor. Steve then turns his attention to Blazer with a bicycle kick and unmasking him to reveal Owen Hart.
Shocked.
But Double J runs back in to cover his face as Blackman celebrates with the mask on the ramp.
It's just funny because you can always tell when it's Owen because no one else has a face like that.
No.
Unless you're a Hart. But yeah, it's just like, you could tell that there could be any mask in the world and you'd be able to tell it was Owen under there.
He could have been getting Bruce some money all this time.
Right? He still would have fucked it up, though, and tried to steal the show.
We then go to Mark Henry in his locker room, where there's Barry White music playing in the background as the announcers call him Sexual Chocolate.
Love to hear it.
As we head to break.
Now I got excited.
And we come back to DX and the corporation arguing in the back, with officials keeping them separated. We then go to our third match, the Nation of Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown, with Pretty Mean Sistas, Miss Jacqueline and Terri Runnells, versus the Job Squad, Scorpio and Bob Holly, with Al Snow, Duane Gill, and Blue Meanie. They're all out here tonight.
The whole gang.
Yep.
And Henry takes the mic as he wants to let everyone know that he's a lover, not a fighter. That he wants to tell a bedtime story.
Well, hopefully it's better than poems.
About what happened on his date with Chyna, giving all the details. He says she invited him up to her room with that sexy voice of hers, saying, "Mark, I want you to slip into something a little more comfortable."
And I'm actually hearing Chyna's voice trying to think of those words.
Yeah.
Mark!
And Brown's like nodding happily while he's telling the story before Henry finishes with, "My bed." And Mark goes on to say that D'Lo knows, as he had the camera rolling, considering himself a fine-tuned athlete. But, oh, Lord, she wore me out.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah.
You think that the inspiration outside of Mark Henry doing such a good job with the Chyna stuff was Isaac Hayes on South Park at the time? when he was like just as famous as any of the other catchphrases.
You live down by the fire.
Yep.
So the squad rushes the ring and attacks, tossing Henry to the outside and teaming up for a double back body drop on Brown. Bob tries for another backdrop, only to be kicked away and clotheslined down by D'Lo. But he runs into a boot, an atomic drop, and a clothesline. Scorpio tags in for a thrust kick and a front facelock, which Brown powers into his corner for a tag, which brings in Mark, only for Too Cold to deliver a crossbody that takes them down. Henry answers back with a gorilla press slam and a leg drop, with D'Lo returning to nail a sky high for a 2 count. Brown heads up top, but he misses a somersault senton, with Scorpio making the crawl for the hot tag as Terri distracts the other members of the squad on the floor.
Uh-oh.
Hawley with right hands to the nation tosses D'Lo out of the ring and teams up with Too Cold for a double clothesline and a spinning heel kick leg sweep combo to Mark. Total elimination.
We got there. Hey guys, we watch a lot of wrestling for this show, and we haven't been to ECW in a while, and those guys are not really prominent or used or there.
But for some reason, the ref doesn't make the count. Jackie then flies off the top with a missile dropkick to Bob, followed by a power slam by Henry for the pin and the win.
It's funny that Mark Henry won't stop talking about Chyna, but he's got Terri and Jackie in his corner at this point.
Well, that's like literally. I was like,
I think they just need
there's
something.
No interaction between Chyna and Henry at this point, so I'm like, I almost wonder if this promo was basically to just kind of like cut that storyline.
I hope so. I don't remember.
And now we're gonna just deal. And now he's sexual chocolate, so he'll just be.
He's just gonna be horny for
everybody instead of just Chyna.
Horny for them hoes.
The Outlaws and the corporate goons are then shown walking in the back as we head to commercial. And we come back to the WWF Warzone Slam of the Week.
It's the ad for the PlayStation game that I played the crap. This is the 64 version, but it's the same crummy game. I played the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I think it only had a few characters. You could unlock Dude Love and Cactus Jack, I believe. But yeah, I played the crap out of this crummy game. Like there was no tomorrow.
And we see Mankind attacking The Rock on the previous evening's Sunday Night Heat with various plunder. But we then go to our fourth match. The New Age Outlaws, the Road Dogg Jesse James, Badass Billy Gunn, versus the Corporation of Ken Shamrock and Big Bossman
with
Shawn Michaels for the WWF Tag Team Championships. And the champs came out first. Foreshadowing.
I like that with all these shows we watch that have the New Age Outlaws, this has become a bit within a bit. Where it's like, yeah, we know why they come out first.
Just like Sandman.
It's going to take a while.
So Bossman and Gunn start us off with shoulder blocks when Badass nails a dropkick, followed by one to Ken, along with James getting involved with a dropkick to Big Bossman. Road Dogg's tagged in and he has his whip reversed, but he avoids a charge in by Bossman and tags back out, leading to Gunn going for a whip that's reversed as well, with Big Bossman sliding out to trip up Badass and try to crotch the ass man on the ring post, only for Bossman to be pulled into the steel instead.
Posted.
Out of nowhere, Shamrock nails a chair shot to the knee of Gunn against the post, leading to the Corporation working it over when Ken goes for a Hurricanrana, but Badass reverses into a powerbomb and makes the crawl for the hot tag. Road Dogg with right hands to everyone when Big Bossman would reverse a whip, sending James to the ropes, where HBK hits him with a chair,
Son of a bitch,
bouncing out into a Bossman slam for the pin. And no, Road Dogg kicks out. Big Bossman then telegraphs his move, allowing James to kick him away and go low, bringing Gunn back in on one leg to fight off the corporation, setting up for a powerbomb when Shawn would jump onto the apron. So Badass confronts Michaels momentarily, but Gunn returns his attention to Shamrock when HBK would nail him with the nightstick, leading to Ken applying the ankle lock for the ref stoppage and the win. And no!
I mean, hit him in the ankle right before he puts on the ankle lock.
Did he tap or did the ref just stop it? Because as we saw on last night's show...
The Rock opened his eyes for whatever, but this time Billy Gunn just passed out.
My question for Michael, is this your favorite Outlaws match ever? Because there was no shimmy, shake, knee drop, or shake, rattle, and roll.
And they lost. And I like Billy Gunn, and Road Dogg has his one talent. I just don't like his moveset. Love Ken Shamrock. Love to see a Ken Shamrock win. We're not going to get a whole lot more of them. So, yeah, this is great. Put it on the board.
Post-match, the Stooges come out onto the ramp to celebrate with the new champs as we head to break. And we come back to our announcers discussing what just happened with the replay before the McMahons make their way to the ring. And the Tumblers now set up in the ring while Vince takes the mic to say that because of last night, they have a real bad taste in their mouth. They will never forget about having Mr. Socko down their gullet. So Mankind will pay, and hopefully tonight.
Got a really bad taste in my mouth. The Rock's tongue.
And Mr. McMahon continues that they also have a bad taste in their mouth due to Austin qualifying for the Royal Rumble, mentioning Kane getting involved in the Buried Alive match, deciding to have Foley and Kane fight in a no-holds-barred match tonight as punishment.
How do they feel about The Undertaker being dead?
They don't say anything about it.
I know.
They then decide it's time to draw a number out of the tumbler for Austin's spot in the Royal Rumble.
So the idea would be that there's 30 balls in here?
Exactly.
Yep.
They take one out. It's number one.
No
which
way.
They don't actually show us the piece of paper.
No. Ooh, I guess not balls, pieces of paper. But you guys have all seen the thing.
But Shane says, in the spirit of the season, because it's Christmas time, we'll draw another number. Vince not being very happy about it, but they do pick another ball. They open it up. It's number one.
Yeah. I was laughing at myself at how monstrous the size of paper was that they unwrapped out of this tiny little
it's like
ball.
8.5 by 11.
Yeah, it's like they took a full sheet of paper and just folded it up and stuffed it inside.
Mr. McMahon then puts a bounty on Austin's head, saying whoever throws Stone Cold out of the Rumble will be $100,000 richer, before naming another participant for the Rumble. That individual is a superstar who at least equals the skills of Austin. That individual is the only superstar that could possibly save Ted Turner's WCW.
As he said, possibly.
But the WWF has him, and he will compete for the very first time in the Royal Rumble. Who could it be? And Shane presents the most omnipotent sports entertainer in sports entertainment. Vincent K. McMahon.
Ooh. Although me personally, I'm like, yeah.
And then they reach into the tumbler, taking out a ball, and Vince is hoping for number two because he wants to be the guy that threw Austin out.
Yeah, he saves
$100,000.
Exactly. Or give himself a.
I mean, they were taking it from
Christmas
Shane's trust fund, so technically.
Oh yeah.
Extra money to pay off a hoe.
That was a good bit, the Shane Trust Fund thing.
But unfortunately, Mr. McMahon gets number 30.
Oh, nuts.
And Mr. McMahon does call it fair, followed by saying there's no chance in hell you'll ever, speaking to Austin, that he'll ever be WWF champion again. When Mankind comes on the Titantron, saying the fans would love to see him and the Big Red Machine beat the hell out of each other. But he has a better idea. Vince is this new superstar, so he challenges Mr. McMahon to face him tonight. And unless you lack a testicular fortitude, I'll see you in the ring tonight as we go to commercial.
Testing his metal.
We come back to the WWF Rewind, where we see Shawn Michaels reverse the decision of the Jarrett Goldust match from the pay-per-view, forcing Debra to strip until Double J and Blue Blazer come out to cover her up. We then go to the back where Vince and the Stooges are talking about what they should do about Foley tonight, with Shane saying, "You can take him, Dad," but Mr. McMahon wants to think about it.
These are, he's a big thinker.
We need to get him some coffee. Coffee always helps.
I wonder if he drinks coffee.
I don't know. The Stooges were going to get him coffee last night, so...
Yeah.
We then go to our fifth match, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, with Debra McMichael, versus Steve Blackman in a guitar on a pole match.
Yep. We're officially there.
Jarrett takes the mic to say, "Finally, my kind of match."
Well, I mean, he is a Southern wrestler through and through.
Promising to smash the weapon over his opponent's head before saying Debra will not be stripping tonight. Only for her to tap him on the shoulder to say she had a great time last night, so she might do it again.
She could be the number one hoe, it sounds like.
I mean, I'm sure she is for someone. And we see a replay of Owen being unmasked as the Blazer, followed by our competitors going back and forth until Blackman hits a roundhouse kick and a snap suplex before climbing the pole. But he's pulled down and ran into a turnbuckle. Double J then misses a drop kick, leading to being catapulted into a corner, where Debra jumps on the apron to show off her assets, distracting Steve and allowing Jarrett to almost reach the guitar, only to be pulled off and worked over with a backbreaker and elbow drops for a 2 count. And Blackman clotheslines Double J out of the ring, and he looks to climb the pole, when McMichael would jump in the ring, taking her jacket off as Jarrett grabs the weapon and leaps off the top, only to miss. Steve grabs the guitar, swinging away, only for Double J to duck and grab Blackman. But Jarrett shoved to the corner, knocking the ref down.
Ref bump.
Steve then delivers a back suplex and goes for the weapon laying on the mat, when Hart would run down with a guitar of his own.
He ain't the only one that can pick a guitar.
Blasting Blackman over the head, with Double J making the cover for the pin and the win. We go to Tiger Ali Singh's locker room.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bloodbath is written on the wall.
Okay, as predicted.
And the Stooges are like sending Tiger to the ring, with Singh not wanting to go.
Should have just gave him a can of paint. Tell him get to work.
Now back in Mr. McMahon's locker room, Vince decides to face Mankind his way as we head to break. And we come back to the arena and we see the Seattle Seahawks are in the crowd. Go football. Followed by McMahon getting ready for his match. Tiger Ali then makes his way out, seemingly for a match, when the lights go out. The Brood's music hits, sending Singh to leave to the back, only to be cornered and attacked at the top of the ramp. And when the lights come back on, Tiger Ali is covered in blood. Officials checking on him.
It's exactly what they said it was going to be.
But
Not to him. Not
why Tiger?
necessarily. Because...
Low man on the totem pole?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody for them to squash.
I mean, they're not going to do it to Stone Cold.
Well, no.
No, but I mean, who are they fighting? They got them all. Who beat them? I'm trying to remember
Supply
earlier.
and demand.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Venis and
So
Godfather. You got to build up to those guys, I guess.
Yeah.
Go kidnap a hoe.
Well, right now, this is our establishing incident. I don't think.
I mean, if you think about it, they lost. The Brood lost to the Job Squad last night on the pay-per-view.
True.
Or no, they beat the Job Squad.
They beat the Job Squad,
but then they lost to Supply and Demand.
The porn star.
So I totally expect Supply and Demand and Job Squad to face each other next week, and Job Squad to win. So we have a 3-way trios thing going on.
Yeah, we have
Ali Singh will be the guest referee.
Mm-hmm. Could be with Supply and Demand.
Yeah, we have a faction thing that doesn't involve the big factions.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Prince, the Pimp, and the Porn Star. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
With PMS.
Yeah.
But only 7 days.
And the host.
Of a month. Hoser
PMS is with the nation.
We're getting,
But they're not the nation anymore. They're just Sexual Chocolate and D-Lo.
We then see Kane pacing in the back as we head to commercial. Coming back to footage of Singh being helped to the back by first responders. I guess bloodbath takes a lot out of you.
I guess.
I mean, we don't know. We assume that it's his blood, right? Is that what they want us to think?
I don't know what they actually want us to think.
Yeah.
Other than he's covered in blood. And the Brood did it.
Yeah.
But we get our 6th match. Mankind versus Kane in a no-holds-barred match. And they begin brawling as soon as the Big Red Machine is in the ring, until Kane nails a clothesline and a kick to the head, tossing Foley to the floor, where his whip attempt is reversed, sending the Big Red Machine into the ring steps. And Mankind picks up the steal, only for them to be kicked away, with Kane picking up the weapon to drive into the head of Foley, rolling his opponent inside for strikes and chokes on the ropes. And the Big Red Machine continues to hammer away with turnbuckle smashes and clotheslines, but he telegraphs his move, leading to Mankind delivering a swinging neckbreaker and a clothesline that knocks Kane out of the ring.
Landing on his feet. I think that him and his brother are part cat.
Mr. McMahon then comes out to the top of the ramp, telling Foley that if he wants it, he's got it. I'll see you in the parking lot for a street fight.
Like I said,
So Mankind chases after the boss as we go to break. And we come back to another commercial for the encore of Rock Bottom before returning live to see the Big Red Machine being carted off to be committed.
Yeah, I was all confused at this part, as I'm sure everybody else was.
And Cole sends it to footage from the break where the corporate goons had attacked Kane, followed by a straitjacket being placed on him. And the Big Red Machine fights back, flinging orderlies around until he's knocked down and tied up, while Shamrock applies an ankle lock. So I guess this match is a no contest?
I guess. I mean, you'd figure he'd just win automatically because Mankind would be counted out for.
But it's a no-holds-barred match, so there's no disqualifications.
That's true.
also,
So this match technically could still be going on
It's very possible.
27 years later.
also, why? Like, who went wrong? Why didn't they show this on the episode? Don't you want to see?
I mean, they showed a replay of
They
it.
showed a replay of it, but yeah, you would think that. I guess also there's nothing happening in the ring, and it's not fun for the fans.
Yeah. Outside the arena, Foley has caught up with Vince, beaten him up, shoving him into a fence and a storage door when the Stooges arrive, only to be beaten up and tossed into the steel door as well. Mankind goes to stuff Mr. McMahon into a car trunk when The Rock arrives to attack Foley from behind.
Save the day.
And he takes him up onto the hood of the vehicle and rock bottoms him onto it.
Yeah.
As we go to commercial. And we come back to a replay of what we just saw before going to our 7th match.
There we go.
Triple H with Chyna versus The Rock with Shawn Michaels for the WWF Championship. And Hunter takes the mic to ask, "Are you ready?" Then for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to suck it! Was that the first time we've seen this?
I think it's the first time that we have seen this.
I can't remember, honestly.
I was impressed, I think, I guess it was the beginning of this show that they don't even have to say suck it anymore because the crowd just does it. They don't even have to crotch chop. It's so over that it doesn't matter.
All they got to say is, I got 2 words for you.
There's kids getting, plenty of detention for doing this on the playground.
Yeah. So our competitors trade forearms, clotheslines, and mounted punches to begin until Rocky tosses Triple H out to the floor, giving chase to keep up the attack. Hunter blocks and reverses a head slam into the ring steps to take control, followed by sending The Rock into the announce table. Triple H's whip is reversed, sending him into the guardrail, before Rocky also delivers a clothesline, taking Cole's mic to mock his opponent's wrestling ability, even making fun of the King as he rams Hunter's head into the table.
I really liked the joke. He says that Triple H is the guy that looks like Tarzan and wrestles like Jane.
Yeah.
Pretty solid stuff.
Now back inside, Triple H reverses a whip to hit a high knee, a suplex, and a knee drop for a 2 count, when he would telegraph his move, leading to The Rock nailing a swinging neckbreaker, clothesline, and a side Russian leg sweep for a near fall. And Rocky looks to wear down his opponent with a chin lock, but Hunter elbows free, only to run into a DDT for a 2 count, before going back to the chin lock, with the crowd getting behind Triple H to get him to his feet, unleashing a flurry of chops until The Rock answers back with a back elbow, a body slam, and a corporate elbow for a near fall. And Rocky reapplies the chin lock, with Hunter again escaping with a desperation back suplex, leaving both men down momentarily, when our competitors slowly make it back to their feet to trade strikes. And Triple H delivers another high knee and stomps away in a corner, when The Rock would reverse a whip, only to telegraph his move, allowing Hunter to hit a face buster for a 2 count. And Rocky rolls out of the ring, saying he's had enough. Triple H corrals and drives the champ into the steel steps, when the HBK gets involved, grabbing Hunter as he tries to re-enter the ring.
Rocky sucks.
And the ref's dealing with them, so Chyna jumps in the ring to nut The Rock, before Triple H nails a DDT for a near fall. Now Shawn and Chyna are arguing on the outside, so the ref goes out to separate them, with Hunter delivering a pedigree, only for Michaels to jump in the ring with the title, smacking Triple H over the head with it. And Rocky makes the cover for the pin, and no, Hunter kicks out. Chyna then chases after Shawn, choking him, forcing the ref to attempt to break them up again, when a blonde guy in black and sunglasses comes out of nowhere to nail a pump handle slam on Triple H, with The Rock making the cover for the pin and the win. Post-match, Cole and King realize that the guy was Motley Crue's bodyguard before saying their goodbyes. Fade to black. So a little backstory on this guy.
Yeah, the Motley Crue bodyguard thing.
So
really
Motley Crue had shown up on a Raw to basically perform.
I guess near then?
It was like right before
it was like
Survivor Series, I believe.
Okay.
It was one of the episodes like right before that we didn't watch, obviously. Big, he's big and menacing, and people were kind of pointing him out. But that gentleman is Test.
Oh, I knew who he was as soon as he showed up. I just was surprised this is how he got here.
So it's not the first time WWF has seen him, but it's the first time he's gotten involved.
Yeah, you guys all know the deal. This is how they bring guys in sometimes. They're just like, oh, who's that in the front row?
Yeah.
Who's the guy that came out and attacked or whatever? This guy happened to be his entry into this company. Motley Crue's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Maybe the weirdest one.
Yeah.
Especially considering Motley Crue means nothing in 1998 to any of the young fans watching.
But to their parents, they mean everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
depending on how old your parents are.
To one Hunter Hearst Helmsley, they're probably like
his favorite band.
His favorite band.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Motorhead and Motley Crue for him.
So I ask you, gentlemen, what are your overall thoughts of Monday Night Raw from December 14th, 1998?
Triple H really stepped it up with the help of the New Age Outlaws, truly making DX a thing first, but he's the leader and everybody knows it. So it was kind of impressive to see him really be handed the ball and taking it and run with it. He's yet to fumble it, but
No basketballs in his future?
No basketballs in... I mean, not at the moment. I don't think there's anybody left to curtain call with. But kind of impressive that the show was as fun and easy of a watch without Taker or Austin, because they've kind of been the anchor in a way. But I mean, we've been watching this whole last year them just build out the mid card, the lower card, so like everybody kind of knows. Everybody knows who everybody is, or at least trusts that, it's like, oh, we like Gangrel and Edge. We bring Christian in there, so he's, already got the rub a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to cut in here because, literally, I didn't even realize that Austin hadn't even been on the show until the lottery segment, and that's literally the only time his name is even brought up.
Yeah. I didn't realize until the show was over, and I was like, wait a second.
And then you go, wow, that was actually a really entertaining episode. I mean, wrestling-wise, we know what we're going to get on Raws.
Yeah.
But it was still an entertaining episode, and that's only possible because they've been able to build up multiple characters over time that they don't have to rely on
The same three.
Austin, Undertaker to carry the show.
Yeah, McFoley, The Rock now.
DX. I mean, Shawn Michaels is a character all on its own.
I mean, hell,
Val
Venis and the Godfather. Even.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're super over.
They're kicking off the show the last two
Couple
ones in a row.
weeks, yeah.
Al Snow. And then Al Snow being over enough to where they bring Bob Holly and Too Cold in, and people totally
Mark Henry and D'Lo are fun.
Yeah, people love it. Mark Henry's funny. He's charming. D'Lo's in-ring, exciting wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, this show, for me anyways, I think I enjoyed it more than Rock Bottom.
Yeah, I did too.
Helps when it's shorter, too. Because it's just like, well, this is, the Raw is kind of like the oops all fun, as long as they can keep everything fun, because we all know that what happens in the match is typically less important than what happens on the bookends of them.
Absolutely.
Good. Where's the smart marks at? All right. Fuck you.
I think it's time we smark it up. So what are some of the best moments of this show? I mean, what are y'all's opinion on the parody at the beginning?
I enjoyed
It's
it.
funny.
It was.
It's definitely not as good as their Nation one.
No. But for me, anytime that they go after McMahon and his flunkies, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just to see what spin they do on it, because I mean, it's something that is going to continue on for many, many, many years.
They're the cool juvenile version of NWO, who is just juvenile and never really or just cool. Maybe, I don't know. They're not with it. And these guys are all with it. They get the assignment and play into it, and it works. Whereas nobody in the NWO ever really gets it. Hogan's too old, and I think that even Hall and Nash are just like too old to really be on the edge of what like teenage boys think is cool or funny. And these guys understand.
I'm going to say my favorite part was X-Pac as Shamrock.
Yes.
Yeah. He was just yelling the
I've
whole
been waiting
time.
for a
Perfect.
5 knuckle shuffle time.
Yeah, five knuckle shuffle time. The only bad thing about him was that the hair looked stupid, but you knew he didn't even need to do anything with the hair because he just understood what to do.
And I think they learned their lesson from the last time when they were going after the Nation, where you do not put anybody in blackface.
Yeah, it looked like maybe
Triple H may have worn a little bit of bronzer.
He just has some
but-
bronzer.
Yeah.
Tanner.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's a little different.
Rock is pretty light skinned.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I didn't know The Rock was even like half black until probably like 15 years ago. It wasn't a thought in my head when I was watching this as a kid, because
now they only showcase his Samoan side. So
yeah,
I really liked Shawn calling out Triple H for only hanging out with main eventers.
Yes,
which I thought was a fun line there.
Yeah, it was fun both directions, because Shawn got his jab at Triple H with the only hanging out with main eventers or world champions, but never been one, and then they had the Jason Sensation, HB Gay, dropping balls.
Once again, Godfather. I think Godfather's fun.
I mean, yeah, I loved it as a kid. It was fun, and like just from doing the show, just seeing him be excited and actually like moving in the ring, because he's never been the fastest guy, but like this is a new chapter in the book of one Kama Mustafa, and he's not bored at the moment.
A little more sexual chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, that was great.
Sexual chocolate.
Story time, bedtime story.
So much better than poems, yeah. But his Val Venus's little rhymes are about as bad as Mark Henry's poems at this point.
I mean, Steve Blackman has the personality of a bag of flour, but it's always, for me anyways, I always enjoy just looking at him.
I mean, I think it was one of the last couple of shows we did, I pointed out him smiling,
yes.
How big of a difference that made, where it's like, oh, there's a guy under there, instead of just being a blank piece of paper, or like you said, a bag of flour. It's just like... One of my roommates was watching, as I was watching this one, and he caught the part of Rock Bottom where Debra stripped. So as she was attempting it in this one, it's like, does she do anything else, or does she just take her clothes off? Not that I'm complaining, but... I mean, mostly that.
That's basically what she
does. Somehow
She
to be the future Mrs. and now Mrs. X, Steve Austin.
She also purchases bras that push her tits up to her neck.
Yes.
She's got more than one talent. Putting bras on, taking them off.
How about most disappointing? Anything disappointing on this show?
I won't necessarily call it disappointment. It's just more of a puzzling moment. Just that Austin and Undertaker were just completely left out of the dialogue.
I mean,
aside from picking a Royal Rumble entry.
So
I know Taker was injured.
Obviously, both of them were injured.
Oh, that's right.
Because remember, Austin hurt his rib muscle.
Oh, yeah, he tore his muscle in the match.
And plus, he'd been sick. So I'm sure he was probably just trying to make it through the pay-per-view.
That makes sense now. I didn't think about
that
part.
I got why they weren't on the show. But it's always just kind of like, we've had all these Raws that we've watched in 1998.
Where Austin had a broken neck.
They're basically Austin-centric.
Yeah.
And then just to have this one, like, he's not there.
And it's
maybe it's more than a disappointment and myself that I didn't realize it until, like you had said, the show was over, and all of a sudden it was just that, wait a minute, they weren't there.
Yeah, like even especially considering they pull his number and it's like he doesn't do anything. I assume that they had plans, but he was like, well, like
come out at that point.
But if you pull a muscle in his rib, chances are it's best to just.
Actually, speaking about that segment, like it was kind of jilted. Where McMahon talks about Mankind and Kane. Mm-hmm. We're going to put them in this match, punishment. And then we do the Tumbler segment. But then it comes back to Mankind. And so it just felt like this, like, kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like
they probably should have just done
one at a time.
One or the other.
Yeah.
In that segment. Or complete one of them. And then do the other one.
Yeah, it's like they could have opened the show with
the Tumblr segment. Could have just waited till next week.
Yeah.
When Austin possibly was there.
Exactly. I did not like unmasking Blue Blazer.
Oh yeah,
nah.
I was surprised. That was a surprise for me.
It should have been done on a paper. Like if you want to wait till the pay-per-view and do it, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like put the mask on the line or something like that. That kind of thing. But just ripping it off and revealing... Because obviously we know now that not every time that the Blue Blazers come out that it's been Owen Hart. Because, obviously It's sometimes Jarrett, sometimes Dr. Tom.
Yeah.
You know.
It can't always be Owen when Blue Blazer is in the ring with Owen.
Yeah. But to actually unmasking to reveal that it's Owen Hart, unless literally Blue Blazer comes out next week and it's unmasked and it's Jarrett.
Yeah.
Which, no clue. Because I think the next time, I mean, it's going to be a few weeks before we watch another WWF show. So who knows where they're going to go with that storyline. But I just thought it was kind of weird to just do it on a random Raw.
Yeah, one after a pay-per-view, even not even like leading up to it.
Also, Kane, I mean, more Kane and Mankind. Like, that was such a weird go to commercial, come back, and then Kane's going to the ambulance. But Mankind's just decided that I don't care about this match. I mean, he didn't care about the match to begin with, so why even have the match?
Like, they didn't.
So he goes out to fight Vince, but Vince coming out in the middle of the match, like, you would think that Vince, if he was smart and was using logic, would have let Kane beat up Mankind.
Yeah. And
then once he's beat up, then you come out and go, come meet me out in the
parking lot.
To at least, give him a chance at,
Yeah, soften him up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, logic is...
Logic be damned.
It's a little weird on that one as well.
But that's not anything that anybody's going to remember. That's probably what they're thinking about. They're just like, we just got to get from here to here.
You see, for me, another one was just the Brood Tiger Ali Singh angle. It just...
I think that's more of an establishing thing where we're going to establish that they're going to start turning the lights out and dumping blood on people, and who's the guy in the building that everybody cares the least about.
Well, that's the thing is, you'd figure they'd go after somebody that people would give a fuck about. You're going after Tiger Ali Singh, which I don't think anybody cares.
No, they don't.
Next week it'll be Duane Gill. The next week it'll be Scorpio.
Yeah.
Again, go after somebody that means something.
Maybe they just don't feel confident enough about the angle yet and see if anybody remembers it.
People would be more
Would they care concerned if it was a hoe or if it was Scorpio?
You got some beautiful blonde girl that's being kidnapped by vampires.
I mean, if it was like Terri,
they built a movie franchise.
But I mean, you're saying to make it be someone that matters, but like they're obviously not going. They're at a certain level on the card.
I think this is
so they can only do it to certain
jump
people.
D-Lo.
Yeah,
only can do it to certain people on the card.
Yeah. They're not D-Lo level yet, though.
D-Lo's not D-Lo level yet.
How about best performer of the night? Triple H.
I mean,
he played himself and the Croc.
Yeah, and he got a huge pop. Had a fun match.
Opened the show and closed it down.
This was a show that he needed to shine when given the spot, and I think that he did because the two guys that have been basically opening and closing the show for the last at least a month, more than that, the last 6 months, neither of them were on the show. So like
Chyna's new chest, they performed well in their short time of existence.
And most surprising.
Test.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were there already.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's how he showed up.
It's either, I mean, I got 3.
Okay.
I mean, Test is the obvious one.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever hearing Triple H do his whole spiel.
See, I can't remember.
But maybe he has, and I just have forgotten it.
That was the first time that I noticed it as well.
But if it is the first time that he's done it, then cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not be the actual first time, but it's the first time that I remember hearing it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think back to early DX times.
But also, first time for No Chance in Hell.
Yeah. Can't wait for the song.
What was that?
Great song.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, Test is the...
I'm assuming the episode's already happened because I do remember an episode of Raw, I believe it was Raw anyways, where when Chyna got back from her surgery and they were commenting on her new chesticles. Yeah.
No clue.
It was, it would have been...
It would have been on Raw.
Ago,
Yeah, my thought was have those be Briscoe and Patterson. Then they wouldn't be stuck to McMahon's ass. So.
No. Let the midgets get paid, Shane.
Making their way to the ring.
It's trivia time.
Uh-oh.
This week, the category is Survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor.
Oh, shit. I think I remember how this goes.
Oh no.
So, we're going to do locations this week.
Oh, shit.
And Shane, you are actually behind.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you go first. We'll go back and forth. Have to name, can't name the same one.
Are we doing just states or cities or... I'm trying to remember
You
what we've
can
done in the
cut-
past.
States and countries.
Okay.
Basically tells you a couple of them there right off the hand. But
This
we'll
is-
go with Shane first.
This is only 95, right?
Only 1995.
All right. Well, I'm going to start with a surefire, and I'm going to say Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Just get it out of the way. Japan.
Yes.
Georgia.
10 points for Michael.
Seriously?
No Georgia.
There was no, but WCW.
Not in 1995.
Wow. I'm sorry, Shane. That's crazy. Because if you didn't say Georgia, there's a good chance I would have just said Georgia
I
next.
should have went to North Carolina. But...
You're like Georgia, and I was like, all right, well, New York.
All right.
Damn. Brutal.
Well, that's another reason that 95 was one of the worst years in wrestling.
That's the surprise of the show. The surprise of our show is that we watched 0 shows in Georgia
Yeah.
in 95.
And see, that one I was for sure was going to be one, so I didn't even hesitate.
Like
on
I said,
it.
if you would have said like New York, I probably would have said Georgia. So I'm right there with you. That was just pure luck.
Next week, Hitman Hart.
Oh.
Wrestling with Shadow.
Oh, that one.
So that's right. We're to the documentary. And I think we're going to do a little audio commentary. Kind of like we did with No Holds Barred a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a little fun with it.
This would be a much better 90 minutes.
Yeah. Definitely a better film.
Yes. And I'll be here for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, join us in...
An important and like there's only 2 documentaries that go behind the scenes of WWF that were never produced by the WWF.
Yep.
And Bret Hart's, is it Living in the Shadows?
Wrestling with Shadow.
Wrestling with Shadows and Beyond the Mat are those 2 shot around the same time. Both great for different reasons.
Yep. Music from this week's show is Thorn in My Eye by Jim Johnston. And Rock Stood Tall Into the Night, so we play Do You Smell It? Version 2 by Jim Johnston. And if you like this episode or any of our other ones, please go out there and rate and review us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you find your podcasts at. If you do the YouTube thing, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications.
Tell a friend. Share it.
And if you have any questions, comments, concerns,
What do you feel about WCW never going to fucking Georgia?
I mean, I'm
That's some bullshit
I'm
right
flabbergasted.
do you know where they did go?
there. Alabama.
Korea.
Oh yeah.
You guys would have never gotten
No.
I mean, unless they went on for, we just wouldn't have gotten it.
No. I wouldn't have.
Clash in
I would have said the
Korea
wrong
or
place long before Korea. But
One of us would have been
I
like
was
Rhode
gonna say-
Island.
give me some foods and beverages associated with Bret Hart, I guess, because the next show that we have is very Bret Hart centric.
Yeah, what's a Calgary meal specifically?
I'm afraid to know.
It's probably just like steak.
It's on the Calgary.
It is a cow.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me some ideas for wrestling with shadows, because I have honestly no clue what to. I mean, I've got my pink drink with me already, so I guess that's out of the question, unless there's a pink and black. But yeah, give me some ideas. I don't know what the hell to make for Bret Hart.
But you can send any of those things to our email at wrestlinghistoryx@gmail.com or find us on X at wrestlinghistox. It's wrestlinghistox. We'll talk to you next week.
Georgia. Laters!
Rock says, no, you